Chris. Cord. Chris. Cord.
How would you like some peanut butter with that jelly sandwich? Mother.
Hey, oh, it's the Chris Cord Show. Hey, oh.
Hello, this is Minna Ora, and you are listening to the Chris Cord Show. This episode is brought to you by...
All right, I'm excited for this episode because another interview has entered into our audio banks of interviews.
That's right.
If that made sense.
That kind of did.
Yeah. I thought I was really going at it.
You're adjusting my levels again now because I wouldn't give you a good level earlier.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
Is it because of all the times that I've gotten you before?
Yep.
No need to worry, little Matthew. Everything is going to be fine. So, Minna Ora. Minna. She did correct me in it,
Yes.
too. Minna Ora.
We're probably still saying it wrong because we're Americans.
Yeah. Minna Ora. Is that was correct,
I think
right?
that was pretty close.
Minna Ora. But that is the interview today. It was just amazing.
It was great.
So she
had some great stories and everything.
Yeah, she is from Finland, and we've played her song here before. What episode was that? That was
It was Wet February. I don't remember
Wet
the actual
February
episode.
Oh, that's fine. But you know, we've played her song here before, and you know, we loved it, and we wanted to do an interview with her. So here it is. She doesn't speak too much English, but where were you gonna say something?
Season 24, episode 5.
Oh, episode 5. Okay. But with all of this, we sent her questions, and she had her friend translate it.
Yep.
Before the interview, and it came out really, really, really good.
Yeah, I did. Very, very, very well spoken and everything.
You know,
Great.
she had stories that actually there were a couple tearjerker stories.
Oh yeah.
in it, and you'll hear that in a little bit. But she did excellent. We couldn't stray too far away from questions. You know, we sent her these questions, but it was still, even not straying far too away from it, it was still a really good, solid interview, I think.
Yes, it was very interesting, very entertaining. We had a good time.
Yeah. And again, you'll hear that in the interview that we will be playing. But first, let's get into her song, shall we?
Let's do it.
Yeah. So, you know what? I was going to do something, but I'll just save it for later. So let's get into it. Minna, take it away.
Hello, this is Minna Ora, and you are listening to Storm here on the Chris Cord Show.
Kivimusta auringossa välkkyy tähtein lailla. Kivimurskaa tallattavat tulvaan katumailla. Ihmiskunta ihmismurskaa tekee toisistansa. Vaientavat valitukset huuvat korviltansa.
Kings and lords destroy the world. Look around, one by one, teardrops fall. Cities and towns shattered and frayed. Wounded faces, but souls so brave. Hear me shout, listen to me. I will not just break down at your feet. Hear me out, you better listen to me. I won't surrender, I won't give in. listen to me, I will not just break down at your feet. Hear me out, you better listen to me. I won't surrender, I won't give in. Hey, I won't surrender, I won't give in. Hey, I won't surrender, I won't give in.
You are listening
To the Chris Court Show.
Minna Ora Storm.
You making lightning effects with your mouth now?
Storm. How do you make lightning effects with your mouth?
I don't know.
Try it.
That just sounds like electricity.
I mean, what?
I don't know. I'm drunk.
All right.
It's not even 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Anyway, so that was Minna Ora Storm, and you liked that story.
Oh, no, that was a great story. That one was one about the war.
Yeah.
She,
About the war, and again, you'll hear her. She'll explain it better. You'll laugh. You'll cry. It's a lot of. She did very well explaining these stories for 2 songs.
yeah.
And I think you'll get that a lot, even though English isn't her first language. She did very well explaining it and keeping the interview going, keeping it its course, And again, we were laughing and crying, and
We had a
although
good time.
I had
had
a
a
little
good time.
tearjerker. Yeah. So without further ado, why don't we just get into this interview, Matt?
Let's do it.
Well, then why are you holding us up?
This is the interview with Minna Ora, right here on the Chris Court Show.
Kivimurska auringossa välkkyy tähtein lailla. Kivimurskaa tallattava.
Hey.
Hello. Do you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
too.
to meet you. All right. Oletko valmis?
Yes, olen valmis.
Ei,
Oletko sinä valmis?
He tried.
Okay. So let's have a fun.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm Chris. That's Matt.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Minna. Hello.
Mina. Love your
Minna.
music, by the way. I just want to say that.
Minna.
Mina.
Yes.
All right. So first question. How has your Finnish heritage influenced your musical style and the themes in your songs?
Well, I have lived in Finland my whole life, so my Finnish heritage is always there on some level. But I guess Finnish rock and roll from the 1980s is one of my Finnish influences. When I was a teenager, I absolutely loved listening to Finnish rock bands, and I still do. And another, and maybe the biggest influence that comes from my homeland, especially in my solo production, is Finnish nature. And I've always connected strongly with Mother Earth. It gives me strength and inspiration. And if you watch my music videos, you will see all my favorite landscapes, the forest, the Baltic Sea, lakes and fields. The videos are all filmed in the countryside of southern Finland. And actually, the titles for my solo songs come from nature.
All right. Awesome.
Very cool. Are there specific challenges or opportunities you've faced as a female musician in the Finnish music industry?
Well, I don't think I have faced any challenges in the music industry specifically because I'm a female, but I would have to say that as a female rock singer in Finland, I feel like I have received positive attention, and overall, I've always been treated well in the music circles.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what we want to hear.
Yeah, it's,
Like,
it's a little bit of a different culture there than here in the U.S., obviously.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Ready for number 3?
Yes. Let's
All
go.
right. How long have you been writing music, and what inspired you to become a musician?
Well, I have been writing music for almost 40 years.
Oh, wow.
I'm now 53 years old
Okay.
lady.
That's fine.
And I've always had a need to create music and to be a channel of some kind. The songs come to me from somewhere. I don't know where they come from, but I feel it's my calling to receive them and send them out to the world. And my family members have told me that when I was little, and I can't even remember this myself, but I would sing in front of the mirror and tell everyone I would be a singer when I grew up.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah. I used to do that too in the mirror with a vacuum cleaner, and then like just sing right in front of the mirror. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Who are your major musical influences?
Well, in the rock scene, of course, Janis Joplin. She's so
Awesome.
rock and roll. Yeah.
Yep.
And also, I've been listening to Kate Bush ever since
Okay.
I was a teenager. And it's amazing how she has the freedom and ability to do anything she wants with her songs without having to consider their radio worthiness. If a track is 7 minutes long, then it is. So demonstrates again and again that you don't have to take yourself so seriously, and that you can be successful artist even if you don't follow every rule.
Yes.
And when I work on my solo songs, I try to free myself from restrictions. I want to allow inspiration to bring me all kinds of soundscapes and interesting solutions. And when I'm recording or making the arrangements for a song, I don't think about how it will sound on the radio. And this method of working was strongly inspired by Kate Bush.
Oh, wow.
Kate Bush.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I like I'm actually a pretty big fan of Kate Bush. I love her music.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so could you walk us through the steps of how you write your music? And does the melody come to you first or the lyrics?
Well, my songwriting process is very intuitive, and I just follow where the song takes me.
Mhm.
And usually beginning line pops into my mind, and I work from that. I follow the inspiration, and sometimes the new lyrics match a melody that I already have. But usually the lyrics and melody are created together, and I go back and forth between them.
Okay.
And I could tell you the stories behind 2 of my singles, Fire and Storm, if you want.
Yes, definitely.
It's okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so my 3rd single, Fire, was released in 2021. But the song actually came to me already in 2013. I was driving home with my son when suddenly words started popping into my mind, lyrics. They came out of nowhere, and they were insistent. I had no choice but to stop the car at a bus stop and write the words down. And later that day, I took the idea to my studio and found that the new lyrics fit together with a melody I had written earlier, a perfect match. And after I finished the demo, I suddenly understood that the song was about a cancer patient fighting the disease.
Oh, wow.
But get this, 2 weeks later, I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Oh,
And the
geez.
cancer soon spread to my lungs, and the doctors said I have 5 years left to live.
Oh my God.
But I didn't accept this. I wasn't ready to give up on life. So after I got over the initial shock, I started actively looking for things I could do for my part to help my healing. And I still went through chemo, but I also did biological therapies, changed my diet and my lifestyle. Well, luckily, all that effort paid off. And the prognosis the doctors had given me was not correct, and I had since gone into full remission. I am cancer-free to this day.
Awesome.
Yeah. But anyway, after the cancer diagnosis back in 2013, I knew that once I got better, I would one day release this song as a solo artist. And when it came time to start my solo career in 2020, I first produced the singles Forest and Sea because I wasn't emotionally ready to work with the first song yet. So that's the story behind Fire. But do you want to hear another one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. These are very interesting.
Yeah. This is a long story.
Hey, go ahead.
Go for it.
Okay. But another interesting example of my songwriting process is my fifth single, Storm, which was released last fall. And this is actually also an example of my heritage influencing theme in my music. Storm came to me back in 2017. I was sitting in front of a blank page when the lyrics popped into my mind, one line at a time, and I wrote them down. After a few lines, the melody started playing in my mind too, and I worked back and forth between the lyrics and the melody until the song was complete. But after I finished the song and read through the lyrics in full, I had chills running down my spine. And the lyrics transported me in some kind of subconscious memory to my mother's childhood in Karelia during the Second World War. And Karelia was a part of Eastern Finland that we lost to Russia in the war. And my mother's family and countless others in Karelia had to leave their homes more than once, eventually for good. And my grandma used to tell me about those times when I was little. Everything she was describing was far outside of my lived experience. I didn't know what to make of it, not as a child in 70s and not in 2017 either. So I threw the demo in my desk drawer. But then came the year 2022, and I was sitting in front of the blank page again, trying to write a song, but nothing came out. So I dove into my desk drawer and came across that powerful song. When I listened to the demo, I had goosebumps all over. And this time, the scenes from Karelia during the war came up so strongly that it scared me. But I was living in the spring of 2022, and Russia had just attacked Ukraine. Mm-hmm. So the topic was now closer to me and closer to all of us. And I dug up my grandma's writings and started reading. And she had kept a detailed diary where she documented the days and hours in the chaos of war. When I read her diaries in 2022, they affected me much more deeply than ever before. And so I decided it was time to produce Storm. That's my story.
Wow. Wow.
That's a very in-depth story with a lot of background, a lot of it. Like,
yeah,
the fact that it affected you so directly is pretty awesome. I mean, just the fact that the details are all there in the song.
Yes.
It was that was two amazing stories. Like, thank you so much for sharing that.
It's pleased to share it with you. It's nice
yes.
that you want to hear my
Of course.
story.
We love hearing all sorts of stories from the different artists we interview.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's just awesome to hear it. Different platforms of where people
Yeah.
write from, and yeah. All right, Matt, you want to ask the next question?
What are
Yes.
some challenges you encounter when singing in different languages?
Oh, well, my English, especially spoken English, is not perfect, but I try my best.
Yeah.
And when I sing a cover song in English, I might not understand fully what the song is about. So then it's harder for me to get inside the soulscape of the song. It would be impossible for me to write my own songs directly in English. However, in my solo career, I have found a perfect solution because I first write the song in Finnish. So I know exactly what I want to say. And then my partner translates the song into English. And first of all, she knows me very well, but also she is both a musician and a professional translator. So
Okay.
she can get into the same soulscape that the Finnish lyrics portray. So when I perform the English version, I know exactly what I'm singing about.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's very cool.
Yeah. What next questions? What factors influence your decision regarding which language to sing in?
Since I have made a Finnish and an English version of each of my singles, I usually play only the Finnish ones when I'm performing in Finland and only the English ones when I'm performing outside of Finland.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And it works very well like this.
Yeah.
Is it challenging to perform in countries where the native language differs from yours?
Well, are you ready? Do you want to hear a story?
Sure.
Yes.
Because it is a real shit story. So here it comes.
Awesome.
Okay, once upon a time in France. Well, actually, this is from the year 2011. My band, Electric Lady, had our first show in France. It was the first time I played outside of Finland. And during our second to the last song, the electricity went out and wouldn't come back. While we were waiting, I had an idea. My bandmates and I could play acoustically using 2 guitars. And after all, we didn't want the audience to leave. So we were given 2 guitars and I was looking around for a place to sit down. Then, pointing at the edge of the stage, I called out to our sound engineer in a loud voice, "Can I shit here?" My intention, of course, was to ask, "Can I sit here?" So the audience went crazy. They were cheering, laughing, and shouting, "Yes, yes, you can." And I had no idea what was the hell going on. And after the show, our drummer asked me, "Did you notice what you said up there?" Well, I didn't. So my inner comedian had struck once again, and that's okay. I mean, these situations bring joy to people, including myself.
Yeah.
And ever since this shitting incident in France, I have not worried too much about making mistakes and making people laugh. I can't help it, but funny things keep happening to me. So you see.
And I'm sure if I ever visit a different country, which I have, but I think it's the same would happen to anyone.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I won't know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, and then I'll say like, yeah, I'm gonna rob you or something.
Yeah.
So do you have any upcoming tour dates?
Yes, I have some live shows planned for this spring and summer here in Finland. Last year, I played in France and in Spain, but currently I don't have anything planned for outside of Finland yet. I divide my time between long hours as a sport massage therapist, creating music, and performing live shows in the weekends. I wish there were more than 24 hours in a day and more than 7 days in a week.
Oh yeah. Me and you
Yeah.
both.
Everyone can agree on that.
Yeah.
When you complete an album, do you continue to write music consistently, or do you take a break before starting the next album?
Well, I haven't made a full solo album yet, but after each single, I take a break. I need to empty my head and enjoy the feeling of having finished a song. This is very important to me. And also, I need to focus fully on the promotion. But after a while, maybe a month or two later, I might be outside walking the dog and suddenly notice that a new song is trying to get my attention.
Yeah.
And that's when I know it's time to take my guitar and start creating. And the whole process takes a while because first I write the lyrics in Finnish and compose the melody. Then Tuulia translates the lyrics into English.
Yeah.
Then there is the recording and arrangement in both languages, the taking of promotional photos, and all the steps that go into making a music video, including sometimes waiting for a different season of the year. And I mean, I do a lot of this myself, but I also have a great team of people working with me in different stages. And it is important to me to enjoy the journey and not get stressed about the destination. And the destination in this case is a full album.
Oh, very good.
Nice.
Well, that'll be exciting.
You don't hear too
Yeah.
many full albums nowadays from people. Usually it's
No.
singles. So
Yeah.
that'd be very cool to see the full album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you ever played or traveled in the United States before?
No, only in Europe. But
Only in Europe?
Yeah, only in Europe, but you never know. Once I have enough solo material, I would love to play in the United States someday, maybe.
Hell
in
yeah.
Chicago.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
We will definitely be there to support you
Yeah.
for sure.
Where can people find your music and merchandise?
My music videos are on YouTube, and the solo singles can be found on Spotify and iTunes. And I don't have any merchandise yet, but my dream is to release an album on vinyl. Once
Oh,
I
nice.
have songs, that's maybe quite cool thing. And that might be a good time to have some Minna Ora t-shirts or something available as well. So stay tuned.
Nice. We will buy them.
That's right.
Nice to hear.
So what factors contribute to your choice of a song's title?
Well, the titles for my solo songs all come from nature. One word that communicates a lot. So far, I have released forest, sea, wind, fire, and
Oh, yeah.
storm.
Okay. Yeah.
And all of these are also released in Finnish. Their Finnish names are metsä, meri, tuuli, tuli, and myrsky.
Okay.
And my next single is in the works right now, and it is called Viima in Finnish, and its title was more difficult to translate than the first five. My partner Tuulia brainstormed many options, and some of those options had 2 or 3 words. But I wanted to continue the trend of having just one word as the title in these solo songs, and one powerful word. So she eventually came up with freeze, and that works for me.
What was the title of the song in Finnish?
Viima.
Veem?
Viima. V-I-I. Viima.
Veema.
Yeah.
E-M-A maybe. Oh, I come up with damn.
But a literal translation of Viima is a draft of Wind.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How old were you when you first started writing music?
I was maybe 4 or 5 years old when I would sit at the piano and make up my own songs. I played using one finger and I sang whatever words came to my mind. My grandma sat next to me and cheered me on. And it's too bad none of those masterpieces got recorded. But my grandma remembered my early shows for a long time, even when she was dying 30 years later. She would ask me if I remembered playing the piano when I was little. My actual songwriting started as a teenager when I was 15, when I would write songs for my first band. Yeah.
Oh, I thought we lost you there. Sorry. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I used to play guitar with one finger, doing the same thing, like
Playing one note at a time.
Yeah.
one note. Yeah. And then I thought I was like this big rock star.
Yeah.
I wasn't though. Right.
Right.
Dun, 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 dun. Slower than that, though. It
that's
would
my
be like
favorite
dun, dun.
Cool.
So do you embrace the trend of releasing music singles without an album track listing? You kind of already answered that.
Well, that is what many people are doing these days. And
Yes.
personally, I have found it useful during my solo project. I can work on one song at a time, and I love it. Making a full album right away would be too much for me right now. I have done it one time with my band Electric Lady in 2011, so I know how much work it is. But when I release one single at a time, I'm still moving towards a full album.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone is doing the singles and
Yeah, that's why we asked this question, because it seems like that's more the trend today, is not working on an album, but working on individual singles.
Yes.
all right. Well, that concludes our interview.
Yeah. That was very fun.
Yes. I really, really enjoyed your stories. Thank you so much for doing this. I know it
Thank you.
I know it takes a lot. I know it's probably later there and taking the time out, but thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
this was
thank you.
so wonderful. Oh,
Yes. Awesome.
yes. Very good feeling now. Thank you so much.
And enjoy the rest of your night.
And YouTube, even there is no night. But here it is. I am going to sleep soon.
Oh, well, good night.
Yeah. Okay, but have a good day and thank you again so much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Minna.
Bye-bye.
Once again, thank you for listening to The Chris Court Show. Remember, if you have a band or business, or know someone that has a band or business, send all the info and MP3s to chriscourtshow@gmail.com. Chicken nuggets and cranberry sauce.
The Chris Court Show.